On a midnight break in a grocery store, Diego saw it, a single ant, dragging a sugar crystal across a slick, silver counter. Every few inches it slipped. The crystal was too heavy, the counter too smooth, the wall, its destination, too far away. But still, the ant leaned in and pulled. Still, it refused to quit. Diego blinked hard. His body was tired. His English textbook sat open beside his thermos. He stocked shelves all night, studied by day, and sent money home to his mother in El Paso. Most nights he felt small, defeated, like his words would never sound right. But watching that ant, dragging something 10 times its size, Diego thought, maybe the secret isn't speed. Maybe it's persistence. Learning English had always felt like climbing a mountain that kept changing shape. 30 sounded like dirty. Sentences tumbled faster than his tongue. And the clock at work whispered one word every hour: quit. But the ant on the counter didn't panic, didn't curse, didn't quit. Simply tried again. And in Diego's textbook, his teacher had written a line like a lantern in the dark. Progress is a good story told by small verbs: to ask, to try, to repeat. So Diego began an experiment. He wrote 3 verbs on a sticky note and stuck it to his thermos. To ask, to repeat, to record. At work, he asked the manager to show him the schedule. Learned a new phrase: wild card, unpredictable. He slowed his speech, repeated tricky words in the freezer aisle until his breath fogged the glass. He recorded himself reading, listened, and adjusted. They weren't miracles. They were millimeters, but each one carried weight. When shame whispered, "You'll never sound right," Diego remembered the ant, and he kept moving. 2 Fridays later, a crate of sugar split open in aisle 6. White crystals spilled like snow. A boy in galaxy pajamas whispered, "It's a tiny mountain." Diego smiled. "Careful, it's slippery." He said slippery slowly, each sound clear. And something inside him shifted. Later, on break, he saw another ant hauling sugar. This time, water blocked its path. The ant tested, pulled back, tried again. Diego tore a strip of napkin and laid it across as a bridge. The ant crossed, and Diego thought, maybe my bridges are sticky notes, teachers, or one brave sentence spoken out loud. Then came the news: placement exam. If he passed, he could join the community college program. Real classes, real credits, path forward. His chest tightened. Tests had always been storms that left him shivering. But this time, he decided to treat the test like sugar, heavy but movable. So he wrote a plan: 10 new words a day, 15 minutes of practice, 1 English podcast daily, and 1 brave sentence at work each shift. He taped it inside his locker, drew a tiny ant beside it. The first week, it felt like carrying a refrigerator with 1 finger. By the 3rd week, he realized the weight wasn't lighter, he was stronger. A week before the test, he overslept, showed up late. The manager frowned. "Talk to me after your shift." Shame pressed hard. The old voice whispered, "Quit." But Diego pictured the ant at the water's edge, searching for a dry seam. He decided to lay his own bridge. He walked into the office and said, "I'm sorry I was late. My phone died. It won't happen again. If I lose your trust, tell me how to earn it back." The manager paused, then nodded. "I appreciate you saying that. Earn it back." Another phrase, another plank in his bridge. The morning of the test, the sky was pale blue like a fresh notebook. Diego sat down with his pen and notepad. The word persistence circled 3 times. The exam asked him to read, to listen, to speak. When he didn't know, he didn't panic. He treated each question like a ridge, each section like a counter, step by step by step. And when it ended, he didn't feel perfect. He felt strong. That night, standing in the cold glow of the walk-in dairy case, Diego opened the email. "Congratulations. You've been placed in the evening academic English program." He closed his eyes, and the ant appeared in his mind, sugar crystal shining. The word echoed in his chest. Begin. Maybe this is the word you need too. Begin. What's the one thing in your life you refuse to quit? Share one word, quietly, in the comments. That night, Diego wrote a new sticky note. I am small, but I am strong. I will not quit. He drew a tiny ant beside it, practiced the sentence in English, then in Spanish, then in silence, the universal language of persistence. So maybe tonight your life feels like a counter too smooth, a weight too heavy, a distance too far. Maybe your words get tangled. Maybe the world whispers quit. But remember the ant. Because if a creature smaller than a fingernail can drag something 10 times its weight across steel, then you can carry a dream across a hard season. One step, and another, again and again. If Diego's story reminded you that persistence can change everything, hit like, subscribe for a new motivational story every day, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Small steps can move big mountains.